इस वक्त ले चलते हैं सीधा इंसॉल्वेंसी और बैंक्रप्सी चेंजिंग पर नेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस चल रही है और आरबीआई गवर्नर उर्जित पटेल वहां पे बोल रहे हैं।
75% earlier. Banks who were in the minority on the proposal approved by the JLF were required to either exit The norms for consent required for approval of a proposal was changed to 60% by value instead of 75% earlier. Banks who were in the minority on the proposal approved by the JLF were required to either exit by complying with the substitution rules within the stipulated time or adhere to the decision of the JLF. In other words, cram downs are now feasible. The participating banks were mandated to implement the decision of JLF without any additional conditionality. Also, the boards of banks were advised to empower their executives to implement JLF decisions without further references to them. These instructions, aimed at reducing the coordination problems among lenders while trying to resolve stressed assets outside the purview of the IBC, will hopefully result in speedier decision amongst the lenders. In order to strengthen the role of the overseeing committee, the Reserve Bank, in exercise of powers vested under Section 35AB of the Ordinance, brought the OC under its aegis with an expanded membership and a wider mandate to review the process followed by banks for restructuring outside IBC. This was necessary to reinforce the statute-backed authority of the OC to review the processes and provide requisite comfort to the lenders, particularly public sector banks, to agree to a market-determined haircut as part of restructuring. The success and credibility of all the resolution efforts detailed above would be critically contingent on the strength of the public sector bank balance sheets to absorb the costs. It is clear that PSBs will need to take haircuts on current exposures under any resolution plan agreed within or outside the IBC. Higher provisioning requirements on this count as well as other factors will affect the capital position of several banks. This would necessitate a higher recapitalization of these banks. The government and the Reserve Bank are in dialogue to prepare a package of measures to enable the PSBs to shore up requisite capital in a time-bound manner. The measures could include a combination of capital raising from the market, dilution of government holdings, additional capital infusion by government, mergers based on strategic fit, and sale of non-core assets. To conclude, the multi-pronged approach outlined above is an ongoing process. The early signs are encouraging. However, we all must realize that it will be a long haul before the intended objectives are fully achieved. There could be initial glitches and unanswered questions, but these will get resolved as the process evolves. The IBC process itself will evolve as case history of various NCLT and NCLAT judgments build up. The contours of the approach to be adopted for other non-performing accounts is being worked through. We must, however, stress that the exercise of powers by the RBI, vested in Sections 35AA and 35AB, cannot be a regular steady-state approach.